Let's listen in.
Tea Party, who's actually in the audience today, Tim Savaglio, quote, "We're an educational group," Savaglio said. "We don't have a paid staff. We don't take stands. We don't endorse candidates. We don't man phone banks. We don't do any of those kinds of political activities." Mr. Miller, question...
Without objection, the article be placed in the record.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Miller, question 26 of the IRS questionnaire to the Tea Party group is as follows. Provide details regarding your relationship with Justin Binnick Thomas, an American citizen who is in the audience today who still doesn't know why he was question number 26. The Dispatch article goes on to say Binnick Thomas said he was shocked when he found out that the IRS was asking questions about him of a group he barely knew. He'd been involved in the Cincinnati Tea Party. He'd even served as a spokesman, but he said he had not worked with the Liberty Township Tea Party. Quote, "The obvious question that comes to mind are, why am I being targeted amongst all the others? Where does this information go in the end? Clearly it's housed in the IRS, but does it get shared with other government agencies? Do I get an audit? If I do, is it against my business?" All of those things go through your mind. Now, to this day, he doesn't know why his name is question number 26 for an organization who still hasn't received approval since January of 2010. Now, the article goes on to say Democratic Governor Ted Strickland, Ohio, former governor of Ohio, his top aides, who I know, very political, filed for tax-exempt status as a 501c3 organization in August of 2011. They were approved 9 months later. Mr. Miller, another organization in Ohio, the Ohio Liberty Coalition. This is their part of their documents in response to IRS requests. This is only part of it. And all these documents weren't enough for the IRS to approve their application. And in fact, Tom Z, who's a former president of the organization, who is here today, said that they applied in June 2010. They finally received approval. This wasn't enough, by the way. In December of 2012, 1 month after the November election. There's another lady I met in the group, in the audience from Ohio, Fremont, Ohio, who indicated that her group had a book club. And the IRS demanded a list of all the books that they had read and a book report from the group explaining what was in the books that they read. You can't make this stuff up. This is unbelievable. Now, Mr. Miller, I don't know how you can defend any of this, and I don't know how you can say that it's not political when the liberal group got a exempt status and 3 that I just mentioned didn't for over 2 years. Mr. Nunes mentioned Ms. Lerner. Who was her boss in 2011 and 2012? Who did she report to?
I believe it would have been
Sarah Ingram, maybe?
Part of that time, and part of that time another gentleman.
Okay, and that other gentleman has since submitted his resignation?
I believe so.
And what is Ms. Ingram doing today? What's her job title?
She works on on implementing the Affordable Care Act.
Okay, who promoted her to that position?
I would have moved her into that position.
Why would you promote somebody to that position who was in charge of the exempt organization division, which certainly has had some controversy over the last couple years, under an investigation?
Because she's a superb civil servant, sir.
So she had nothing to do with this?
I wouldn't imagine so. By the way, I can't speak to individual cases. I can say generally, we provided horrible customer service here. I will admit that. We did. Horrible customer service.
You
Whether it was
targeted
politically motivated or not is a very different question.
You targeted an individual, an American who still doesn't know to this day why he was question number 26.
All right, time has expired. Mr. Becerra's recognized.
Time has expired on the IRS.
Thank you, Mr.